Today I'm going to kind of do this backwards. Normally I show the Grand Tour ahead of time, but today we're going to show you the Grand Tour now. This is actually the top of Carr Canyon. I've already seen a lot of bear tracks, some indications of bear, but honestly haven't really run into one yet. That would be Sierra Vista, my lovely hometown out there. So we're gonna set this up for you to do another one of my lovely updates. Happy birthday to Colleen. Like most people, I forget about their birthdays only in their minds. I'm always remembering their birthdays. But they don't really need me to say happy birthday to have one. Matter of fact, it's probably happier for them if I don't. You can just see what really great country it is out here, though. I think I went too far. There's a guy trying to get past my car down here. But don't worry, I left him lots of room. Told you. I think I like that one about right there. I have to talk really loud for you. I really hate that feeding tube thing. I really do. Can you see me now? All right. It's been a week into full-blown chemo and radiation therapy. So far, I'm handling it pretty rough as far as the radiation and pretty well as far as the chemotherapy. I'm actually starting to try to grow my hair back now. We'll see how it goes before I start losing it again. This is the lovely Carr Canyon. Actually, I thought that after I started getting my chemo that I wouldn't be able to even get up here anymore, but I am. Can't quite do jumping jacks, but I can probably twirl a couple times for you or something. Maybe a cartwheel, somersault. Nah, we'll forget the somersault. When I first started this feeding tube thing, I couldn't even do a sit-up or get out of bed without, excruciating pain. Once in a while with the radiation, it'll be really difficult for me to stand up, stay up, or even get out of a chair. That seems to be far and few between. I know it's kind of sounds like I'm somebody that people need to feel sorry for, and I do find myself once in a while just crying. I mean, I'm like, what the hell's going on here? But it's not the up here. It's just the pain that sometimes becomes overbearing, and I refuse to go get any kind of pain medication at all. I only had to use anti-nausea stuff once, and that was because I made the mistake of putting a lot of salt on a very good watermelon brought in by a manager, or the manager from work. So, learned my lesson there. I finished the series called The Story by Greg Johnson. It was just absolutely 1,000% outstanding. It's the first time that I've actually gone through it all, and I did it in 31 days. The original took more than 6 months, but I just pounded away day after day. The day before I had this put in, I did a prayer devotional on that series. The day after, same thing. The day out of the hospital, same thing. The day before chemo, same thing. The day before radiation, same thing. The day of, all the same thing. And it's really been great in, instead of dragging it out and starting to forget things, just to hit it on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21's missing, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27's kind of missing, 28, 29, 30, 31, and part 32 was posted today, and it was everything, the whole span of time. It's like a Carl Sagan thing within one television program. It wasn't really television, it was church, but they made it into television very conveniently for those of us who really thought that would be a better use of time than watching the disastrously horrible Star Trek movie that just came out. What I didn't like about that movie was it actually copied so much stuff out of my Liberty 72 first movie called When Battleships Fly. And I really don't mind if people just take my stuff like that, because quite honestly, Liberty 72 borrowed an awful lot out of Star Trek. You know, the deflector shield technology had a different name, the deflector dish had a different name, warp drive had a different name, the tractor beam had a different name, but everything but the transporter was pretty much copied into my story, so I really can't complain and call the kettle black there. But if you guys are to steal my stuff, at least steal the good stuff, not the terrible stuff, because it really was hard to watch that movie. It's just from end to end, it was so bad you should have called it Star Wars. That's neither here nor there, but all in 1 week, a couple of Fast and Furious writers and producers managed to do what Ben Affleck did to Batman, or what Donald Trump did to my GOP, and that really kind of all goes together as the great trilogy of self-destruction. But I'm still here. We're not going to be counting out the plan that I'm going to go ahead and survive this, continue to try to tell the world why I want to keep the focus on God and not myself in this. And I've been kind of posting lately some funny things to me about how people were all praying for me and cheers up and crying on the little Facebook avatar, emojis, whatever you call them. But all of a sudden they kind of like forgot about me, and honestly that's quite cool. Some of the people who came out of the woodwork to say, John, I'll do whatever you say. I'll come pick you up if you're stranded. If the car doesn't break down, I'll drive you to the hospital, to the doctor. I'll drive 1,000 miles for you. And now these people are back to, John, please just hurry up and die. And honestly, that's actually quite refreshing to me. Not that I am happy that they feel that way, but I'm happy that they're getting back to normal, because it helps me get back to normal. And I'm able, in a normal environment, as best as I can, to live a normal life even through this difficult time that I'm going through. And I don't want to lie to you, this is a very, very difficult time. But I have a car that works, I have a job that pays, I have a co-worker group and a management team at work that is really 1,000% behind me and supporting me. And even on those days I don't quite hit production numbers, they're able to bend over a little bit and give me some leeway there. So it's not easy, and once again, it's very important to me not to let me know that you're praying for me, but to let God know that you're praying for me, because that's where the real results come in. You know, in 100 years in our time, I got flies up here, or 1,000 years in God's time, or 4.5 billion years when this all goes cold and dark, this whole great majesty of creation, we're going to be so amazed by the presence of God in heaven that nobody will even know I'm there. So I'm really not expecting anybody to really care that I'm here now. So, but what's important is I'm touched by the fact that as your neighbor that I am, that you would take the time to pray for me, pray over me, and actually be concerned about how I'm doing. That really doesn't say so much about me as it says about you and God. So once again, thanks very much. And once again, as I said on day one, you're right behind me. You're not special. I may be dying of this cancer, or I may not be, but either way, you're right behind me in the queue. So get used to it, and hopefully I will continue to have the kind of grace that God has given me to face this with such, I won't say bravery or courage, but just with such reality of the bigger picture of God. And if this ever happens to you like this, something like this, I really hope that that you're going to be in a position as well to look at the big picture, not freak out over the inevitable. And you know, we know how it is on this earth right now. People love their dogs because they think that their dogs love them unconditionally. But really, it's all about the people and the dogs loving them. It's not really about the dogs so much. And I don't know, like I said, I'm not here to compare me to a dog or anything, but there's actually people out there who think far more of dogs or gorillas or cats or whatever than they do human beings. And to me, that's a little sad. But I'm not saying there's not a puppy heaven. I'm just saying that biblically the Bible doesn't support it. But if you go back and read the Bible, you're going to see a lot of interesting things about the scraps of tables falling off and how the people eating off the floor are compared to dogs. And it's very interesting. I think it was actually Mark's Gospel that first got into that. I think up in it was one of the Mediterranean towns in the early part of the ministry of Christ. But anyways, I want to say once again, I don't really know what I'm going to do with my daily devotionals. I'm going to try to hit a new series tomorrow. It's only 4 parts long. There's only a couple after that, and I'm going to let you vote on which ones you want to see. After that, I have to come up with a plan B and find a different kind of devotional. So I have a whole month of this radiation and chemo left. And I have a really funny feeling it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. And even after it's all done, the worst is yet to come. They're going to have to spend 10 days inpatient in the hospital cutting out this section through here. And they're going to take the stomach part and pull it up. It's really not going to be something I'm looking forward to.